I'd like to give a thank you to WD-40 brand for sponsoring this video. Hey everybody, it's Ryan. Welcome back to How Farms Work. If you guys will remember, the last time we used the 4020, we had an issue with the air filter on it. And although we got the job done, we have to change out that top air filter, which is apparently above the lower filter on the 4020. I had no idea that it had two filters on it, but I guess I shouldn't really be surprised. We changed out the filter down here and it didn't turn off the air filter light in the cab. So now we're taking the hood off to get at the upper filter. So today's a learning experience. We're gonna see what that looks like. Travis just took off with the 7600 and the rotary mower. He's going to chop stalks. Today is, well, I guess over the next day or two, depending on how much snow we get, this might be the last opportunity that we have to get any kind of field work done. So Travis took the mower up and he's got a couple fields that he wants to chop stalks on, and we might swing up and see how he's doing, take over for him later on, but we'll have to wait and see where the day goes. But just started snowing. Dad and I are going to take this hood off, change this filter, and the next job for the 4020 is probably going to be the feed mill. Dad and I brought that over, or up from Travis's place yesterday, and we stacked stuff inside the shed to try to fit as much as we can in here. And next to go in, I think, is going to be the auger. That's going to take up a lot of space. So I got the side panels off. I think with these swung out, the front should be loose, which it is. Now I got to take out these bolts here to drop this out so that we can lift the hood up and off. Now, since it looks like those bolts haven't been removed since the dawn of time, we're going to try out this WD-40 Specialist Penetrant, which is good at freeing corroded nuts and bolts, penetrates rust, and it lubricates whatever you spray. Ideal for use on nuts, bolts, pipe threads, locks, chains, and rusted things that are stuck and won't move. So I'm willing to bet that this is the perfect solution to all of my rusty chains on my gates where the locks are froze up. Uses capillary action to penetrate into tight crevices, threads, and seams to break the bonds that hold stuck parts together. Well, that stuff really got some distance on it. And it works on contact, so we should be good to go ahead and take those out. Coming out pretty easy. Yep. Easy enough to turn with your hand. That's kind of unexpected. In theory, that should just pop out of there now, right? Yep. So it's that filter up there that we're having issues with. I'm not totally sure how that comes out of there. Hose clamps, looks like. Two of them. There's the new one. Looks like it is a whole can job. It's been on there for a while. Up. That would explain some. Oh wait. Yeah. Oh, it does unplug. Okay. Oh my, that was tight.
and the pipe's not coming out with it. That's not good.
Don't need it to. It's not supposed to, is it?
Oh, there's a pipe on it. Okay. Well, let's try that. Like you said, we'll hook it up. Okay, go ahead and start it. This is the only tractor I've ever seen with a pre-cleaner like this. And it's really, it's kind of strange because it goes through the big filter first. I guess it'd be the same thing with an internal one.
It's kind of like the 82's internal filter, isn't it? The smaller one.
It's just it goes through the main one, then it goes up into this.
Yeah.
It actually filters it from the inside because it's going out here.
Must be plugged because there's no light coming through.
It's been on it quite a while.
Yeah.
Probably in there. Wow.
Fire it up one more time just to be sure. Good. Well, that's a good job done. This right here is why I'm always looking at the ground whenever I'm walking places. Always on the lookout for things like that. Speaking of which, one of the tires on the Deere steer is going flat. Just filled it up yesterday because we noticed it was going low when we were moving all this equipment around, and it's already getting low again. We're putting bales in for Travis's cows out in the barnyard. And I don't know what we're doing the rest of the afternoon. Guess we'll find out. The snow switched to sleet/rain, so the weather isn't exactly optimal. Those oatledge bales that were wrapped fairly dry, they're still wrapped, smell really good, and the cattle just devastate them when we put the bales in. The weather is about to take a turn for the worst, so I decided that it's better late than never to wrap some fodder bales and try to preserve some of the quality out there in them. So I just went down and checked the moisture in the fodder bales that we had wrapped here out of my place, and the moisture dropped about 3%, I would say, across all of the bales. Some of them are drier than others. You can look at them and see which ones are the drier ones, and we stack them closer to the rows that we already have wrapped. So I'm probably going to go through and wrap at least one row just so I have some covered fodder bales, and I'm going to go through and use everything else this winter, and you know, see how much I do end up using. I was hoping to carry some fodder over into next year, and I would have liked to get some black wrap to try, but I still haven't seen any or figured out where I could get some. But that's going to have to be something that I'm going to have to try in the future as well. They say that black wrap makes it easier to peel the wrap off in the winter months when it's really cold, because the frost can just freeze it to the bale. I did check the temperature in these bales, and they are about 10 degrees warmer than the ambient air temperature. So they are heating a little bit, but kind of interested to see what they're going to do between the ones that I let sit out over the next couple months versus the ones that I do wrap. But I at least want one row of wrapped fodder bales. So we're going to grab the drier bales and try wrapping them. I set these ones here because they were the driest at the time. You can look at some of these and some of them just have wet spots on them. I was thinking that I was gonna just do one row. I want to do at least two, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it back down there. I'm setting the bales that are visibly wet off to the side because with the moisture that we've been having, lessons learned, I should have wrapped these immediately after we made them because a couple of them are definitely hot. After I pulled the spears out of them when I was setting them to the side, the spears on the JCB were coming out steaming. Like, and not just a little bit, a lot. So those are the bales that I'm gonna feed out first, but these other ones are drier. You can look at them and say, yeah, there's less moisture in them. So I'm gonna see how that it pans out. I'm hoping that it did help to leave them out a little bit, but the way that the weather's been behaving, like normal fall weather, it's just very wet and not very sunny. According to the screen, we got 76 bales wrapped, which is right around half. I went through and picked out the driest bales. A lot of them have spots like this on them. But I didn't put any of these ones in. So I'm gonna feed out the ones that aren't wrapped first. And I've got plenty of of bedding to feed it out liberally. So I'm not gonna be very conservative on feeding out bedding. But that's pretty much it for this video. I'm gonna call it a wrap. I'm gonna leave these bales kind of staggered like they are right now. They're pretty much just spread around. I will go through and stack them orderly once I feel that those wet spots aren't going to be an issue. Either it deteriorates away or it freezes or something. I'll get them all moved down to where they're closer all together. I pretty well used up all the wrap that I had. Looks like I'm pretty well out of time for this video, so that's all we got time for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check out all of our other videos. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat, all How Farms Work. And with that, I'll see you next time.